FastCast TV. Well, stick a fork in it. Game of Thrones Season 7 has ended. And man, they went out with a bang. So a lot of people, I think, have sort of soured on the show in the last 2 episodes, which I don't really understand. I mean, yeah, I guess there was a little bit of clunky writing. And even I said, you know, I didn't love what they were doing with Sansa and Arya in the last episode. But it paid off this episode. And quite frankly, I don't understand why everybody was getting so sour on it. I'm sure there's going to be people who say that this finale wasn't very good. But those people are wrong. So really only 2/2.5 really important things happened this episode. Number one, there was the grand summit at King's Landing. All the major players are together for the first time literally ever in history. You got Cersei with Jaime, the Mountain. Then you got Daenerys and Jon with Tyrion. You know, all of the sub players. The Hound confronting the Mountain. You got Brienne there in Sansa's stead, mostly just observing, didn't really participate in the conversation. The dumb idea of let's bring one of these dead things to King's Landing. That'll convince her. Actually kind of worked. Despite a couple fits and starts, Jon doing his darndest to pull a Ned Stark and be Mr. Honorable to the point of screwing everything up for everybody else, ended up working out in the end. Tyrion has a meeting with his sister and they hash it all out. And I thought almost all of this whole opening half of the show was really excellent. Getting to see these people sort of play off of each other, you know, combinations of characters we've literally never seen before. Jon's never been to King's Landing, Daenerys has never been to Westeros, Cersei face to face with both of them. I mean, it was just amazing. And the long and the short of it is that we've got Cersei now saying that she will fight alongside Daenerys and Jon in the war, the Great War in the North. But of course she's conniving. Second major thing that happened was at Winterfell. We got Sansa and Arya, who the show has been, I guess, trying to convince us are at each other's throats and that it's all gonna fall apart. And apparently that was all just behind the scenes goofiness because they were planning it, maybe not the whole time, but apparently they could see through Littlefinger's connivances. And we finally have a major character death. I mean, you could argue whether he's a major character or not, but he's been around since the first episode. So, Peter Baelish, see ya. And frankly, I think it's probably about time. I mean, he's been pulling the strings and doing all kinds of stuff in the background, and honestly, how long was he going to be able to do that before somebody just outplayed him? The really good part about this, to me, is the fact that we've now got Sansa and Arya really buddy-buddy, and, you know, woe be to he who goes up against a united Stark sisterhood. That's all I have to say about that. That sort of sets us up. So we've got Daenerys and Jon and them are sort of heading north in a boat. They're going to stop at some bay and meet the armies on the road and then continue to march towards Winterfell and sort of come together at Winterfell with supposedly the Lannister armies to sort of stage this stand against the army of the North. On that boat, Daenerys is expecting 6 to 8 inches of snow. And we have the incest bomb getting ready to go off because the show, interesting montage sort of over top of them actually making love, has Samwell show up at Winterfell and have a conversation with Bran where they actually explicitly say, no, he's the actual heir to the Iron Throne. He has a better claim than Daenerys does. Now they're gonna try and have babies together. Once a Targaryen, always a Targaryen, I guess. We now know that Jon Snow is actually Aegon Targaryen, not Jon Snow or even Jon Sand. But it's fine, everything will be fine, because they're gonna get to Winterfell, and then the armies of the dead still have to get through the wall, right? We see Viserion, freshly reawoken. Wow. That is how you finale a season. We get blue flame, blue fire, blasting that wall to bits, and the wall that has stood for 8,000 years is now crumbling. It's only one little piece of it, but it's enough. Got the armies of the dead marching south with a big ice dragon flying over top of them, and that's what gets us set Season 8. Despite the fits and starts that I know some people thought, I thought this season was fantastic. I wish it was longer. Cannot wait to see what happens next year. So tune in next year. Do this again, assuming we haven't bombed ourselves back to the Stone Age by then. That's Game of Thrones Season 7. That's a wrap. FastCast, see ya. Hey, thanks for watching the FastCast. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. J Handle, and check back because I do this a couple times every week. FastCast.